Alright guys, in this video you're gonna see me taking off some weird stuff from this paint. I'm pretty sure it's gasket maker, like the same RTV that you would use on your rear differential cover or somewhere on your engine, because some idiot put the emblems badging on the side of this truck with RTV or something of that nature because it's resilient. I tried using something that would break down like petroleum based stuff, but obviously if it's made for gas and oil and all that stuff, it's like the most resilient stuff ever. So I'm finally making progress on it. Check out this video. I'll show you guys right from when I started this thing. I wasn't in the best mood. I'm a little bit in better spirits now that I'm actually getting it off, but I wanted to make this video dedicated to show you guys if you have to get something weird like this off of your paint, how to take it off. I was actually going to pay some sort of detailing company to come out, but everybody that I hit up was giving me weird messages saying that they were going to try to use a heat gun to take it off, or scrape it off, and just a bunch of stuff that sounded like it was ultimately going to lead to them damaging my paint. So I took things into my own hands. I got some products off Amazon and I'm able to do this for, I don't know, maybe under $30 myself. It takes a little bit of time, but I want to make sure I don't damage the paint in the process. So let's jump straight into it. All right, so normally you'd be able to use fishing line through this, but some a-hole decided to use, like, this is straight up like Permatex or something on here. So I'm gonna have a hell of a time getting this off. I'm hoping the paint isn't damaged underneath, because if it is, we're gonna have to put black emblems on here. But I guess this just one more thing of fun stuff to add to the list on this. So wish me luck. I'm trying to get these off without damaging anything, because you can't run the fishing line through here. They're like dang near on the paint. Well, I did manage to get them off the door. Okay, well, I am making some progress. I did a bit of research, and other guys that had to remove like silicone or Permatex, it looks like ultra black or something on here, they used this kind of stuff. They said to try this, dissolve it and just work away at it. So it is coming off ever so slightly. It's taking forever, but you pretty much have to get it down to nothing, and then you just use a bit of this. I don't know if you guys can see that little dot. Once you get it down to nothing, you can see I'm working it, and it actually dissolves it and breaks it up. But I mean, this is a very gentle thing because it's made to be safe on paint, so it's not a super aggressive chemical, and you don't want it to be, but this is going to take a boatload of elbow grease to take off. So luckily I didn't cut my nails today. I'm just trying to pick away at it with my nail because it's the safest thing to use. So I'm just picking away at it till I get it like this. Then I spray some on it, kind of just chip away at it with my nail, and just working away at it. But it's not fun at all, boys. I'm probably gonna end up using up the rest of today's daylight, and probably tomorrow picking this off without making a mess of it. All right, it's the next day and I'm in a little bit better mood because I found something that works. So I got these plastic razors, and I'm able to get it right down to the paint. And then I've got the little rubber wheel. See, look, I can sit here and just kind of saw this stuff back and forth with this plastic razor and get the majority of it off. And then I've got less to work with. So let me go ahead and do all that. Alright, well, I managed to get it all right down and flush. Those plastic razors worked awesome without making any marks on the paint. And then what I'm going to do now is use this, dissolve it. I'm going to let it sit for 5-10 minutes and work its way, since I've got this fresh silicone here. This stuff does seem to kind of work away at it, but the problem was it was so thick before. So I'm going to get this on it, and then we'll try to buff this off here. Alright, so unfortunately it doesn't seem to be wiping off with that stuff. It obviously, you can see there's black coming off, but it's not enough to actually get it off. So I've got this rubber wheel. What the heck is it called? Whizzy Wheel. I'll link it down below. I'll link everything down below. But this actually seems to be doing it and getting it off. It's just, you have to go super slow. You can't heat up the paint. And I just finished taking off right here. So that came off. It's doing good job of doing it without scratching anything, which is nice, but it just takes forever since it's being so gentle on it. But you just got to make sure you go super slow and keep touching the paint. Make sure you're not heating it up, otherwise you could heat things up to the point where it starts burning through the paint. So I've got a lot of stuff to take care of, but at least it's coming off, slowly but surely. So if you notice when I'm using this, I'm not going fast. Like I could go, I only have my drill, and this is a regular drill, on one, and I'm like not even full triggering it. I'm like maybe quarter to a half on this thing. And the other thing you'll see me doing is I'm constantly putting my hand on the paint, seeing if it's hot. Also this wheel, rubber wheel, gets hot. It's kind of nice. I would preferably, honestly, you guys go and get one of these, the actual Whizzy Wheel one. I kind of did a mistake on my Dakota, if you guys saw. I was taking emblems off, I was in a hurry, I had to get to a show, and I had one of the ones that's solid without like this kind of paddles on it. And I think the paddles help to keep everything cool, because the other one was just a solid wheel. I went full speed on it and I burnt my clear. So that's why I'm being very, very cautious and taking my time on this, putting my hand on it. If I start to feel like I'm getting some heat in it, I'll actually just jump over to another spot that I'm working on to make sure that I don't overheat the clear coat and burn through stuff. So constantly do that. Like watch, I'll go like this. And I'm trying to make sure that it's only contacting the part that I actually need to buff, not just going all over on my paint. And then I'm feeling it. You start to feel it get warm, like it is gonna definitely make some heat, and you can kind of let it cool off. And that's the process, guys. So like I said, if you start feeling it get hot, either stop or jump over to another spot that you have. And trust me, take your time with this stuff, because if you burn the paint, the clear, you're gonna be pissed off like I was on the Dakota. But luckily the whole Dakota needs to get painted anyways, but still this one doesn't need to get painted, so I'm taking my time. All right, guys, so I am super happy. I got it all out, and as you can see there, got a nice smooth surface. I used a little bit of rubbing compound just to kind of clean it up, but no scratches, everything's good, and I'm super happy about that. So like I said, I was stressed out about that. I don't know if you guys will ever run into this situation where you have like RTV on the paint. Hopefully no idiots do it to you, but I'm glad that I was able to remove that, because like I said, when I contacted some mobile detailers, they wanted to come out and do some weird things. So I'm just glad that I was able to remove that. Hopefully that helps you. These plastic razors were a lifesaver. I didn't actually want to use like a real metal version of this, but having these plastic ones on hand, like they worked awesome. This definitely was a lifesaver. It took all that stuff off without damaging the paint. Like I said, I probably put in some miles on this thing. I don't know how long it's gonna work or last for, but I don't care, because it ended up saving my butt. This, I don't know if I would probably go for that. I think between having the razors and this wheel and maybe some compound to clean things up afterwards, I think you would get the job done. I don't really feel like this was putting in too much work, and honestly I just think it's a overpriced Goo Gone. But I'll link everything down in the description below that I used. So that's a wrap for this video, you guys. Hopefully you don't encounter that on your paint, but if you do, that's how I got it off without damaging the surface, and I'm super happy that I can go on with my other project. So I'm actually gonna be, I was debadging this truck so that we can get some new wheels on here and get everything looking good, because there was chrome badging on there and I didn't really like those big Ram 1500 ones, and had a surprise when I took it off. The other side was fine, but just those Ram 1500, for whatever reason, somebody decided to RTV them on it, looks like. So if you guys found this helpful or informative or even entertaining, give it a thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out the other videos. We've got a lot of stuff, and we'll see you guys on the next video.